Nights at 6 p.m. Pacific on CRN.
Welcome to Heaven on Earth, a sacred portal to visualizing, meditating, and co-creating our highest joys that usher in the Golden Age of Aquarius. I'm your host, Athena Starseed.
Good morning. Welcome to the Portal of Possibility. I have my gorgeous Emmy Award winning co-host, Kim Hix, all the way from Hawaii. Aloha, Kim.
Aloha, Athena, Starseed, Goddess, Dreamer, Consciousness, Avatar, dear beloved. Lovely to see you through the iPhone.
Oh my! Let's thank Steve Jobs for that. He was definitely a genius, right?
Him and Matt.
Totally. Oh.
Matt puts the plug in, and we have this connection. It's great. No, and Alexander Graham Bell. Wow, there's another one. There's one of my old heroes.
You know, it's so important to give grace and thanks and appreciation to the other aspects of us that stayed true to who they were and touched their genius. And I'm going to do the opening prayer, but the topic of the show is Lost at Last.
Lost at last. Great. Let's do our prayer and get aligned.
All right, so let's all take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. In the point of light within the mind of God, let light spring forth into the minds of men. Let light return to earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love spring forth into the hearts of men and women. May the Christ consciousness return to earth. In the center, where the will of God is known, let the center guide the little wills of men and women, the center which the masters know and serve. And may it seal the doubt where evil dwells. May the plan of love, light, and power restore creativity as heaven in our hearts here on earth. Amen. Aloha, beautiful playmate Kim.
Aloha, Athena, dear. Oh, boy. Good to be here. Good to be here in the hearing zone. And fundamentally, not exactly lost at last. We're here in this incredible matrix right now, and through the technology able to communicate, but it's meant to liberate us all from this technological matrix stuff. I'm really excited about the possibilities of not knowing what is possible. I am thrilled to be past the threshold of having any clue as to what's going to happen next. And I think getting there has been a great joy at any moment you get there, because my mind is so busy rattling around with the things I got to do and the money I have to make and the bills I have to pay and the people I have to make contact with and all the things that slip through the cracks of my fingers and leave me in an anxious state. And any time I walk out and can actually feel the sun on my face, I'm liberated from it. I just want to walk away. And that sensation is lost at last. That sensation is to walk into a beyond moment when you are in the envelope of the total universe as the universe and being and feeling the universe at the same time. And that is a joyful state. And it's a temporary state because, guess what? You have to go find the acorns to pay the parking meter for the rent because the landlords are going to come get you and the money needs to be churned and oh my goodness, oh gosh, oh good, oh my God. So anyway, Athena, how are you today?
Okay, well, let me tell you, I got lost for 2 days. I met a surfer and I lived in his life for 2 days. And I took a different turn. You know, I decided after I got out of work Wednesday to walk to the ocean and see the unknown, because I'm in my my little program. I get up, I go to work, I come home, I sit in front of the computer, I try to find more work, I go to sleep, I wake up, you know. And I thought, I'm going to change something in the hologram. I'm going to take a different tour. So I'm going to just walk.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. And I just walked to the ocean, and then I sat, and I watched the water for like, I don't know, 2 hours, and I felt so expansive. And then my soul said, just walk to the right. And I'm in Venice, and I'm walking along the ocean, and my feet are getting caressed by the waves, the crisp, cold water. And California is absolutely incredible right now because the flowers are blooming, and the mountains are green. They're not brown like they normally are. And the ocean is alive, and the people are buzzing. And then I see this guy playing the guitar, and I'm thinking, there's the aspect of myself that's free, that just is bringing the guitar to the ocean just to sing for the self. And I sat down, and I just listened to the song. And the ocean's crashing, and the seagulls are chirping, and the tourists are bustling, and the wind is blowing. And I started to feel alive again.
Mm. Oh, boy. And just a couple of hours it took to do that. Now, how did you make the turn? How did you make that click in your mind to get off the horse you'd been riding of the got to do this and got to do that and actually make that left or right turn and go to the beach?
Well, I'll tell you what it was. I got off work, and I was thinking about my daughter, and she's in Chicago with her father at a funeral. And Marvin, her mother, died. And she died alone. She died in a nursing home. And the last 3 or 4 years of her life were like most Americans. They were full of medication and separation and, whatever you want to put it, where they put them in smaller places with people that they don't know. And her last years were alone. And I said, you know what? Oh, and then plus I watched Defending Your Life with Meryl Streep and Albert Brooks. I've been thinking about death a lot. And what happens is he has to go before Judgment City, and he gets an attorney, and they look at his life like a film in a movie theater. And every time he doesn't do something he's afraid of, he gets judged. To say he either gets to go back to Earth and learn how to master fear to really live his life, or if he masters his fear, then he goes to a higher plane. So I'm off work, talking to my daughter, telling her I love her. She's with her family. This woman died. What do I want to do? What do I want to do with my Wednesday night?
Yeah. How does Wednesday night encompass all of that?
I said, you know what? If it were my last day, I would be at the ocean. I'm a mermaid. I'm a Pisces. I was in the water as a kid on the Gulf of Mexico every single day, 5, 6, 7 hours every day. That was my life. I said, I'll never move away from the water, ever. And when I was in high school, I ran away from home, and I moved to Maryland from Florida, and I was inland. And then I got stuck in something. It's a different vibration when you're near the ocean. You can catch the current faster.
The ocean is very important. It's vibratonic. The ocean is a quivering equilibrium vector summing machine. It's balancing all the emotional states of flow that pass through it. And it gently but decisively massages you. And the wind blowing on your skin and your toes in the sand. All of this is a cosmic kind of massage that is out of the field of the fractal quantum soup. I mean, and so you have this incredible sort of cleaning of the slate, the cleaning of the clock, the getting you out of the mind and into the sensory realm of like just appreciating the sun on your skin and stuff. It's a great metaphor. You know, Athena out here, we go surfing, and I have to say something very interesting. You know, the Hawaiians, the local boys are an impressive crew of men, you know, and they're big and they're powerful men. And they would be ferocious warriors in other times, you know. And yet the joy of these guys when they go surfing is that they become joyful, eternal, youthful beings. and the sweetness and the kindness and the laid backness. I mean, the surfing attitude is so exquisite.
The laid back
because of that.
That's what I'm talking.
And I'm telling you, they struggle to make a living, and they compromise with life a lot, but they don't go to the warrior structure to fight it. They go to the water, to the ocean, to wash it all away, and become barefoot avatars on their surfboards, balancing the energies of the sun and the wind and the water all together and to live in that zone. It's a spectacular place. If we could teach surfing to everybody, or actually just give everybody the clue as to how to get on that ocean, I think we can handle everything.
I agree with you 100%. I think what I learned in the last 2 days was, the ocean can teach you everything, and that, allowing the presence to be there and expand, like you're not waiting for a wave. You're existing with the water, as the water, connected to the sky, the salt, the sunshine, the wind, the spray, the alive, like I'll tell you what I feel like. I feel like a little baby with my parents tossing me in a big blanket up in the air when I was like 3, and the universe catching me in that big blanket, and that blanket is the universe. It's all that is.
That's beautiful. That's a star-studded blanket that your parents have tossed you in. That's an old Inuit game where they play with the children, tossing them on the blankets like that. But what a star field to be tossed into. Because every time you get shook up like that and tossed like that, everything jiggles around and all your neural patterns rewire. I mean, and that's the beauty of the ocean, because it rewires your brain, your mind, just like flickering flames in the fire. They're the catalyst for creativity and consciousness, and so soothing and relaxing, and yet stimulating at the same time. It's an exquisite phenomenon. But Athena, how do we crack out of the matrix and get there? I mean, that's our job here, is to manifest this heaven on earth context, and open up this portal into, the effortlessness and timelessness and selflessness of the true nature of being human. I feel in my heart, and my cognitive brain wants to come online and agree with me, that we have to have a day of getting lost. We need to schedule it in. Like my daughter left, so I could take off the mommy suit, the mommy, archetype. That's a huge one.
And I was free. Like, I knew she was safe. I didn't have to, like, helicopter my soul over the area like I always do, no matter where she's at school or at a friend's. I let go of the shield. I trusted the universe with her. And I said, oh, my God, I'm a soul. Now expand. Now interface. Now, like, get lost. Like, be present for 2 days. And you don't have, you have to go to work. So you have until 5 o'clock to show up someplace. Now go out and have an adventure. And I pushed myself through looking at the death in the family. And I think that's what death is. Death is an initiation, which is a call to action to really live. So I was like, I'm going to live as though, what if this were my last day? What if I have to, what if it's my turn to die? Will I regret what I'm going to do right now? No.
No, you jumped in. You jumped into the otherness of yourself. You got out of the self and into the otherness. How exquisite. Let's pick it up on the other side of our break, Athena. I want to hear more. You have a beautiful vision. I
love you. I love you. I love you. This is Athena Starseed and Kim Hix. This is a show called Heaven on Earth, and we're inspiring you to get lost at least once a week in your beautiful, wonderful adventure called life. We'll be right back in CRN Talk Radio. Let's
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Hi, everybody. Michael Horn from CRNTalk.com. You know, we provide you with the best in talk radio. 8 channels of talk radio, from radio on the left, radio on the right, sports talk, business talk, religious talk, Spanish talk, you name it, we've got talk radio for you. All at CRNTalk.com. Well, now we'll bring you video as well as audio. That's right. Watch your favorite shows like The Robert Conrad Show, The Fred Dreyer Program, What's Cooking Today, What's Cooking on Wine, The Lounge, and so many other shows in video right at our website, crntalk.com. You can also watch us on Roku. Just search CRN Talk, and you can watch us on Roku on any TV anywhere in the world. Also on Facebook Live. Go to facebook.com/CRN Digital Talk. Facebook.com/CRN Digital Talk. Roku, search CRN Talk. Check us out on Tiki Live and at crntalk.com. Video for you talk fans, all from CRN Talk.
We are back again. This is Athena Starseed and a show called Heaven on Earth with my gorgeous, creative, free co-host Kim Hix, who stayed true to his true north pretty much his whole life. And I want to talk about that. How did you stay free? How did you never contract and get stuck?
I never succeeded at anything, so I kept moving on. I kept going for a bigger, better, beautiful, more luminous dream. You know, that was the magic of it. It's like I never settled for anything. No, that's, you know, Athena, I have to remind you, from everything you're talking about, the discipline of motherhood and the responsibility that you daily exist in, the responsibility for another humanoid is so critical, and it keeps you in the present. That, you know, what really happens there is you kind of go, when reverence is gone, you get a moment to like, oh, who am I? You've forgotten who you are. You've forgotten everything about yourself. And you have to go into your own womb room, light the candles of consciousness, and rebirth yourself. And that's when you made that decision to go to the beach. And the beach just washed over you, the ocean of air and the love and the consciousness. And there it was. Who you are is not who you are. You know?
Well, that is certainly true. And, you know, and then meeting another piece of freedom. Like I was walking on the beach and I'm looking, and there are people that are, you know, that are open, that are kind of walking around, but they still seem like they were Matrix, like simulations. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like not real. Yeah. And then I scanned the horizon and I saw one bright orb, and I walked towards it, and it was a completely free soul. The kind of freedom that Bob Marley had. I mean, I'm talking about, like, you know, like Jimi Hendrix. It's like not that the talent, not that it was about the music. It's about the freedom that comes through the field. You know that they're touching something. They never fully closed off.
That is exquisite, and I love that you home in on that, because that's exactly the way I navigate too, and I think people find me that way. You know,
yes,
it's amazing. I play guitar before dawn every day at Diamond Head, and I get some amazing people come up and connect with me, and they turn out to be amazing beings. You know, and but it's not everybody. Most people are locked in the matrix. So finding that guitar player on that beach was a true liberation. You know, Athena, getting lost is very important in that matrix. You know, there was a song by America. I think it was about going to the desert on a horse with no name, and it felt good to get out of the rain. And the rain, of course, symbolically is the chaos of the city life, and the desert is the total liberation from it. And then the horse and no name, of course, is the liberation of the soul. So the horse and no name is yourself. And to be a horse with no name out in the desert beyond the rain is the true joy of manifestation as a humanoid. And it's without any limitation.
You know what, I'm going to tell you something that like really, like that. First of all, it just saturates me. I feel like a sponge being saturated by your narrative. And I want to say that I don't think I knew the guy's name for like a day and a half. Like, I couldn't even remember his name. And he didn't speak a lot of English. So I know you've had that connection when you don't have to talk and you're just in this presence and you're just playing like children and you're having fun. And it's not about who you are. It's like you're just walking on the beach. You're breathing in the wind. I went to Will Rogers Park. I was walking dogs. You know, like,
Athena, I have to tell you something about the 60s and the summer of love and the freedom of it. You know, when we were walking down Haight Street, you could look in the eyes of young girls who had come from different places in the United States, and boys, and everybody was in such a state of joy, but nobody cared much about your name. You actually would wind up having intimate relationships with people before you knew who they were. So what is that story? How is it that there's such a great magic well beyond names and considerations of what we have to do and who we have to be and security of the perimeter? And I got to say, that Summer of Love was one of the most exquisite experiences I've ever had. And it was that joyful riding that horse with no name. You know?
It's true authenticity. It's where the two souls meet, and it's beyond the mind and beyond the words and certainly beyond the matrix resume. So anyways, we're going to commercial break again, Kim. I adore you. I love having this conversation. I love getting lost and found. So if you like the show, please share it. This is Heaven on Earth on CRN Talk Radio. I'm Athena Starseed, and we'll be right back after these commercial messages. Blessings.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel. and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Ka'anapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Ka'anapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
We are the Debt Destroyer. Any debt you have, credit card, tax, student loan debt, call now to get our free report that tells you how to destroy your debt. It's a great resource. Plus, when you make this free call right now, we'll have a Debt Destroyer expert ready to help you. They can show you how they can help you destroy your debt and get your life back on track. Debt problems don't have to be overwhelming. You can live stress-free and debt-free. Credit cards, medical bills, IRS tax problems, even student loan debt. Learn about free programs offered by the credit card companies, hospitals, and even the government that can help you slash your debt. Call right now for free information, including our Debt Destroyer Guide, a $300 value, yours free. Call right now.
800-515-6348. 800-515-6348. That's 800-515-6348.
Hi everyone, this is Fred Dreyer telling you about my favorite Italian restaurant. It's Angelo's and Vinci's in Fullerton, California. Angelo's and Vinci's has the best pasta, the best seafood, the best salad, spaghetti, lasagna, and the most incredible pizza. And the chicken is delicious. Marsala, piccata, cacciatore, parmigiana, and more. For desserts, try our spumoni or our tiramisu, my favorite, flown in fresh from Italy. And the cannolis and the zeppolis are out of this world. Open for lunch and dinner. And don't miss the Sunday champagne brunch. Just $23.95. Are you kidding me? It's all up the road from Disneyland at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Angelo's and Vinci's, like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. Call 714-879-4022 or visit us online at angeloandvincis.com.
Enjoy Tiki Live, the best cable alternative choice today, with hundreds of premium live TV programming, including ESPN, CNN, Fox News, Disney, AMC, Bravo, XF, OWN, and CRN Talk. Plus no contracts and low month-to-month service. Tiki Live, servicing North America, including the Caribbean. To get started, visit TikiLive.com to order hundreds of channels, including CRN Talk, at a fraction of what you're paying today. Visit TikiLive.com. That's TikiLive.com.
Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Supreme grace, lay rain down through me. Rain. Supreme grace, lay rain down through me.
Hey, this is Athena Starseed and Kim Hix on Heaven on Earth, and we are on CRN Talk Radio. And Kim and I are talking about getting lost, intentionally, really just letting go and getting lost.
That's it, Athena. There's a magic to that can't be denied, especially for consciousness workers and all of our avatars, everybody out there, and all of you who are on the front lines of this evolving movement of ours. You know, you have to find the time to get into the timeless zone. And do whatever it is to change the order of business that we're involved in, so that we can go into the expanded consciousness where the creative juice comes from. You know,
and
Athena. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was going to say, it's being invited to the play. And ever since I knew you, you always invited me to play with you. It was like we were, kids on the street, and you'd be like, "Hey, I got this great game. You want to come over to my house and play? Look at all these toys I have." And that you're infinite energy. You're not an age. You're not even a mind. You're not even a time period. Although you have access to decades with your reservoir of knowledge from your archetypal soul. But at the same time, you're 18 when I'm 18. You're 20 when we're 20. You're playing the guitar. You're on your adventure. You're surfing. You're playing the guitar for the nature, and then you're surfing. I mean,
I'm in my 70s and surfing. It's a blast.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you know, right now, okay, you guys, we were talking about this before the show, and I'm going to say this. Like, I'm older than he is. You know what I'm saying? I'm like you know, at 49, I'm having like that midlife crisis where I grew up, and I remembered not wanting to grow up. And I don't think you ever grew up, Kim, and that leads you to this lostness freedom portal that you can pop in and out of at will, where other people have to work at it, like me.
It was a real struggle to do that, and I didn't understand it, but I sure knew I didn't want to get stuck in the matrix that bad. I wanted to maintain some of my childhood curiosity and my great simple joy. You know, I knew that the adult world was a little bit suspicious to me. I didn't think it was exactly what they cracked it up to be with the jobs and all that stuff. So, you know, there kind of a time. The great thing that I did was I was reading a book, and I was 14 or 15, and it was an adventure book, and in the middle of it, I slammed the book shut, and my mind popped open and said, I'm not going to read books. I'm going to live them. And
oh my God, I love you.
From that moment that I did that, the consciousness thread wound up when I was about 18, and I did sort of the same thing, and I had $80 in my pocket. It was summertime. I'd screwed up my first year at college, and I stuck my finger out on the highway, and I said, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going on an adventure. And of course, the adventure was the rest of my life. I started out, and of course, the first thing you encounter is the dark night of the soul, you know, because you're in the dangerous forest and you've got not much money. And I wound up working for these strange people in a strange circumstance up in Massachusetts and la-di-da. But I tell you, after the passage of that little dark night of the soul came this invitation to step aboard a schooner and sail away with these guys as long as I would help them sail that vessel. And of course, that was a great, epic phase of my life, was to be sailing on a schooner out in Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. And the experiences I had from that were, again, door openers and stuff. But the lostness of the ocean is such a great teacher for me. Athena, one of the most amazing things I've been able to understand about the ocean and water is that the waves in the ocean move through the water. They come flowing through you, through the water. But when they're waves in rivers, they're standing waves, and the water flows through the wave. So you have
Wait a minute. You got to say that again. You have to say that again.
Yeah. In the ocean, the waves are flowing through the water.
Okay.
But on a river, the water flows through the wave. It comes tumbling down the mountain. The mountain is a frozen wave, and it runs through the wave. It's the total inverse. It's somethingness and nothingness switching places. It's the complementary aspects of the universe that create all the differences and yet are at the same time totally interchangeable. You know, I could be you, you could be me.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Well, that's what I felt. I touched that yesterday when I met that guy. I touched that because I was him. And I said, my God, there by the grace of God I am. I'm playing the guitar. I'm already free. I wake up every day. I surf and I walk dogs. And so for 2 days, I lived in his life. I was just silently in his presence, being what he's being. And I went into a portal.
Yeah. Yeah, you entered his portal. And that's the transaction we do. Listen, sweetie, that's what I get from you. The moment I hear you and I hear your feel for your concerns, my deeper masculine core rumbles into action, and my care comes up, you know. But I'm not caring until I hear something, and then I hear it. And then oh, look at this! Couldn't life be more wonderful? Couldn't it be better? Couldn't we get lost at last in the joyfulness of this? You know, this must be the wakingness out of the soup of the primordial universe before we choose a birth. I mean, because we come through the portal to life through forgetfulness. And I think that's one of the joys. We are truly lost here in this joyfulness. So that's a huge point to make. You know, I love that you saw this person as yourself. You know, you taught me to see all the other people as me's too. And when you see it, that we're all me's, boy, that's a whole different context.
Well, I don't even know how to play with it. Like, let's talk about this. How do you interface when you already know everybody's you? Like, I had some issues with age, you know, because he was quite a bit younger. And I kept trying to say, that's a construct. Get out. Just go right for the magic. Go for the connection. Be authentic. Like, surf the wave. Don't be judging the wave. Like, there's no, like, don't get in a program about life. And truly be present and experience what's happening to you. As a child, you and I would just run out into nature and experience it. We were just talking to trees and woodland creatures, and then all of a sudden a portal opened, and then the magic happened, and the fairies and the elves and the imagination and the kings and the kingdoms and the forest came alive.
Yeah, the full panorama of the drama is contained in nature. You know, when you talk about that, it's very important. You know, when I go to Burning Man is a incredibly busy place. You know, there's a lot of noise going on, a lot of excitement and adventure and sensory overload. I mean, like extreme sensory overload. And but you need an antidote to that. You can't sleep at Burning Man. It's 24/7. But there is something you can do, and it's you take your bicycle and you sail off the end of the city out into the playa on your bike, and you ride and you ride and you ride until the entire din of the city is gone. And there's nothing but you alone with the whispering wind in the desert. And the desert floor is all sparkly and the sun is pouring down, and you are lost at last. And it is the most joyful feeling imaginable. And it's some kind of sacred womb of creation. And you feel like you can crack out of that chrysalis and become just a butterfly with no name, you know, and sail off.
Oh my God, you're putting me there in 2006 when I went. And if you're listening, if you've never been to Burning Man, put it on your bucket list before you go, because it does something to your DNA. It does open you. And I did that. I went out and I spent a lot of time alone on the playa in the emptiness. And I met a part of myself, Kim, that was so vast that I can only faintly vibrationally remember right now, but you're bringing it to me.
Well, that vastness is very important. We are as vast as the galaxies and the stars. We are the Milky Way. We are the flow of endless consciousness into creation. You know, we entered through the portal of time and space, and we are the snake, and we are in the sacred garden, and we are guardian spirits of this sacred garden. And all of this must be understood in our hearts and experienced, because this is the true joy. So, you know, and we do it together, Athena, because you're my other missing half in this case. We always have a sacred partnership of the yin and the yang to dance together in this thing. You know, at Burning Man, there was the great band that evolved out of Burning Man called Lost at Last. And that's their message was the joyfulness of being lost. And how exquisite was that? You know, you certainly have had some experiences, my dear. And I think that, you know, once Reverence is launched and on her own, it's going to be an incredible new adventure for you again, you know. And boy, I sure hope to share that road with you into this conscious, creative future. And we'll manifest this heaven on earth as effortlessly as we can.
I feel it's rolling, like you said, it's rolling through the water. Like if I'm the water and the spirit is rolling through.
Yes.
You know, we're mostly water. I mean, scientifically, we are mostly water. And if it's rolling through me, then, you know, that's it. That is the heaven. That's letting heaven in, roll through you. Like for 2 days, I had heaven rolling through me. And guess what? I didn't get a ticket. There was no stopping. There wasn't, I mean, it was constant flow. Even if like it's almost, but no, not. You just make it through. It's completely surrendering to this vibration that's beyond the mind. I guess the other guy, Durian, was talking about the zone. But, I mean, the zone makes it sound like it's a compartmentalized fraction of something. When you talk about, or the field, or being in this flow, the surfing flow, once you're on it, it's right there. It's not going to go anywhere. It's wherever it is, doing whatever it's doing. And if you're with it, no matter if you're being tumbled by the waves, you surrender to that chaos. Let her tumble you. Just let go, relax, enjoy it, and she'll drop you off in the sand.
The winning final stroke of a great surfing run is to plunge into the depth of the water, and that's the subconscious. So you must go from this conscious experience of sensory delight into this depth of the unknown, and then return to the surface. It's funny that it's like do you want to die miserable and unhappy in life, or would you like to die in your most joyful state?
Exactly, and that's it. Facing that, Kim, that's why I walked to the ocean on Wednesday, because I wanted to face that.
Yes, that's where you got triggered. It was recognizing that Reverence's grandmother had gone, and that you're next in line, Mom. I mean, I'm the one I'm the one on the edge of life in my family. Everyone's younger than me that's left now, and it's up to us to honorably deal and face the mystery of death. And boy, you get to choose death, and death may in fact be the place where you actually choose the entire afterlife construct. That's a very important thing. I'm going to find out more about that when I get to India. I'm heading out on a great adventure, and I expect to get very, very lost on this adventure. I want to go into that timeless high Himalayan canyon. I want to go where the mountains have no eternity, where they scrape the sky, and the white clouds, and the way of the white clouds is the magic way of the people of Tibet. I'd like to see some of that, and then come down into the rivers and down into the chaos of the cities and the hustle bustle of the craziness. I don't know. I want to live joyfully, smoothly, sweetly, and share as much life as I can with all those consciousness people who are on all these wave fronts. And you are one of them, my dear. You are a treasure to me. You're a creative, conscious avatar, and you're barefoot with the wind blowing in your hair is the way you need to be. And hey, Athena, do you remember going up to the mountaintop? Our little sacred spot up in... up a Boney Back Ridge, and oh my God, that was one of those deep pockets of nature, because you sat in a cave. I have a picture of you meditating in a cave, and the cave is down at the bottom like a little woodpecker nest in this tree lingam form that leaps up like a ton of stone, like a giant whale leaping up out of the earth and scraping into the sky hopping, and you're down there and meditating in the belly of that great stone whale. That I got pictures of that, girl. That was beautiful.
You have taken us on so many adventures, Kim. I think back to that, and it was a very magical time parking my RV at the Green Fire Temple. Every day was an adventure. A portal definitely opened, and I like that you took us from the Green Fire portal into the mountain portal, and then into the even being with the ducks. We went to Lake Balboa, and there was a portal there inside of the city. Inside of all of this chaos was that little portal with the fish and the birds and the pond and the beetles and everything.
Our contact with nature is the most exquisite interface we can ever have, and I think it's probably the most vital thing we can do is to share and go into nature and intimately involved. And I mean, when you go into the center of an old growth forest, when you are truly in and you see the juveniles that are enormously tall and they're just babies, and you have 300-foot redwoods standing there, and their majesty and their consciousness and their root structures and the mycelia that communicate and telecommunicate all around their feet. Boy, that's good stuff. Get there. Hey, we're going to break.
All right, well, this is Athena Starseed and Kim Hix creating heaven on earth through these portals of lostness where paradise lives. every present moment. All right, we love you. If you like the show, please share it. Stay tuned. And if you have opened some portals yourself, get a hold of Kim and I. We want to hear about it. Blessings and light. We'll be right back. This is Athena on CRN Talk Radio.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. That's 800-932-1597.
Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Supreme grace, light rain down through me. Rain. Supreme grace, light rain down.
Hi, this is Athena Starseed and my gorgeous co-host Kim Hix, Emmy Award winning set designer all the way from Hawaii that's getting ready to travel abroad on tour and go in. He's going to get lost in India, and that's where we were. You were in India getting lost.
Oh, boy. Here it comes. Some kind of an adventure. All I can do is cauterize the wounds of the ear and expand into the knowingness and allow myself to receive whatever it is I'm going to receive. Athena, it's been wonderful talking to you today about your adventure on the beach and your moment out of time when you slipped into the other me-ness. I just think that was an exquisite, the way you see life so much as a mirror to reflect on your own nature is a beautiful thing. I think women need to cultivate that aspect of the mirror. I think that's what you always want to see into, is the greater depth of your own nature. The masculine, of course, is committed to exploring the feminine nature because, you know, as far as we're concerned, you are the universe, and your bodies and your beings and your nature, because you're so close to source, become exactly what we are seeking through life. So we explore and we climb mountains and we sail across oceans, but it's only to find the depth of nature and the meaning inherent in it. And that feeling of lost at last, which actually is the unity. It's being alone is the greatest connectivity there is possible in the universe.
Oh, that just makes me want to breathe deeper. I just want to sum up the things I learned from my 2 days being lost was walking on the earth at least 45 minutes without my shoes. So this morning I woke up and I walked in Sherman Oaks, very unlike me, without shoes, like I was in Venice. On the street, I walked on the street and I felt the earth. And I said, 45 minutes a day, I'm going to commit no matter where I'm at. Even if I'm in Beverly Hills, I'm going to take my shoes off and I'm going to walk. I'm going to touch Mother Earth. The other thing was freedom, breathing in freedom and feeling free and making a decision in the moment. Will this free me more? Yes, do it. And then the last thing is to keep my heart open to love, no matter what size, shape, or age it comes in, because the love transcends. It transcends constructs, belief, nationalism, culture, creed, stigmatisms. Like there's no words. There's just pure energy, just going back and forth, just like riding a wave.
That is exquisite. What a wonderful harvest to bring home back to your own sacred little hearth, and to bring back to your nest. Life thrives in those in those little places where you can bring the wonderful goodies of experience home and sort of sip them like a tea through the evening and enjoy them by the fire. And this recounting of your experience is really exquisite, Athena. Like you're always writing these little vignettes and books of modest adventures that are actually much larger and more meaningful than you can ever notice. That's beautiful. Boy, barefoot on the earth is the most important thing, and connecting feminine energy to that and understanding the quality of earth as a being, and barefoot connecting to her is a sacred activity. Sacred.
Well, blessings and light to you, Kim. Getting lost was fun today, and I'm going to get lost more on a daily basis. I'm committed to that. If you like the show, please share it. Please like it and subscribe. We will be back next Saturday, same time, same bat station. Blessings and light. Kim, I love you. Aloha.
Love you, dear. Hallelujah.